to the United States or any international financial institution. So these are two key issues, and the demands that the Zimbabwean government should restore the rule of law, and they should also respect the ownership of the property, the ownership of property, the freedom to title, the freedom of speech, and also association, and they must end lawlessness, violence, and intimidation. They must also look at the government tolerating the supporters of other political organizations and the critics of the government. So you can actually see that these are some of the reasons why these sanctions are there. Also, there is an issue of electoral conditions, and Zimbabwe should hold free, fair, credible elections. So these are the demands. If you look at the issue of Zidera, so we cannot do everything in this episode. I just wanted to give you the basics of or the basic demands of Zidera, so that we look into this issue and see if it does have negative effects on the economy of Zimbabwe, and if ZANU-PF government is doing enough. So first and foremost, I believe that the Zimbabwean government is not doing enough in terms of dealing with the Zidera and its demands. Why? It's because if we are to look on the issue of intimidation, on the issue of violence, illegal arrest, the people like Job Sikala should be out of prison if we are to talk about being serious about having a democratic government. If you look at the violence which we saw in Kwekwe, which led to the death of Mboneni Ncube, those are issues which must not be there. Look at the death of Mo Blessing Ali. These are the issues which must not be there. These are the issues the United States is actually pointing at and saying, you must not do this. Look at the elections in 2018 and the previous elections. The government of Zimbabwe and Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, they failed to actually hold transparent elections in the nation of Zimbabwe, where everything is transparent. Look at the arrogance at ZEC. When you're talking to that boy called Mangwana, who works for Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, who is a commissioner, you can actually read between the lines that this is an arrogant politician placed at Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. And how do you expect the United States of America to actually entertain Zimbabwe when they are not respecting the constitution and their own laws? So the argument of the United States is that you have to respect the laws of your country so that we can allow our entities and our people to associate with you. These sanctions, America just said, we are not going to associate with Zimbabwe as long as there are human rights abuses, there are property rights abuses, all these things. If you look at how Chokwe people were displaced and how they were relocated to Chimwizi area, there was no respect of property rights. What was supposed to happen first was for the government to actually go household by household, evaluate the value of the properties, come up with a compensation plan agreed by everyone and anyone, then compensated the people, relocate them. But it didn't happen in such a way. People were forced out of Chokwe by water. You don't build a dam before relocating people, before compensating people. You don't do that. These are the issues the American government has been raising. So if we are to look at what the Zimbabwean government is actually doing, looking at the effects, you can actually see that corruption is taking a toll on the economy of Zimbabwe, because corruption can be controlled internally. We can do whatever we can to stop corruption. Let us look at the latest issue of the Gokwe Mudzia MP, Mayor Justice Wajirajena. The allegations are that they embezzled, or they looted $5 million US, And if you look at $5 million US, it can purchase 2 cancer machines, which can be placed at Perinatal Hospital and other hospitals. 2 cancer machines, radiotherapy machines, and you can begin to save lives. So looking at that, you can actually see that the issue of ignorance from the government of Zimbabwe is not, or the problems we are facing are not from sanctions. These are from corruption which we have in the nation of Zimbabwe, because that 5 million looted, it would take a Lamborghini, it would have mansions, it would have done a lot of things in terms of service delivery. That is item number 1. Let us look at the issue of Wikinojivayo. 5 million was paid to Wikinojivayo, nothing materialized at the Gwanda Solar Project. And the question is, what is really happening? Can we blame sanctions when something like that is actually happening? So if we are to look on the issue of land cruisers, okay, the government ministers, they drive my land cruisers. What is the cost of those land cruisers? They cost 200,000 and above, 200,000 US and above. How many ministries do we have? There are more than 20. Okay, how many land cruisers do we have in the ministries? You see the minister ane deputy minister ane permanent secretary ane my executives in those ministries so how much is that? These are the issues we are looking at and actually coming to address, so that we actually tell whether the sanctions are affecting or the corruption and mismanagement is actually affecting. So look at every ministry, the monies they are allocating to those flashy vehicles versus the issue of cancer machines. What is the value of the Land Cruiser? What is the worthiness of the Land Cruiser? So, what is the value of the cancer machine? What is the worthiness of the cancer machine? The value of the Land Cruiser is just to take the minister in comfort from point A to point B. But what is it worthy? It is worth nothing. And let us go to the value of a cancer machine. The value of a cancer machine is to make sure that the people of Zimbabwe get treated. That is the value of the cancer machine. And what is its worthy? It saves lives. So you can actually compare the two, the minister's vehicles, allowances and perks compared to the cancer machine, which is saving lives. And we go to look at the cancer patient. The cancer patient is living in pain. Number 2, the cancer patient is dying a very painful death. Oh, number 3, we are actually wasting resources, because when the cancer patient is getting other treatments, treatments to actually lower the pain, he is wasting much resources on that. Nhasi ari kuchipatara, mangwana ari kuchipatara, mangwana ari kuchipatara, haasi kurapwa, ari kutenga mapiritsi, ari kuita zvinhu zvakasiyana, just wasting resources. So if you look at that, you can actually see that the government of Zimbabwe, they just talk of sanctions, but they don't look at the actual issues which are affecting the economy of Zimbabwe. They don't look at the available avenues to make sure that they deliver service against all odds. So let us look at the issue of manufacturing and assembly. The Zimbabwean government or the Zimbabwean economy, they don't manufacture or assemble my V8 Avanopama ministers. These are imported from outside Zimbabwe. So apart from the jobs lost by actually importing these cars instead of having them manufactured or getting assembled here in Zimbabwe, you can actually see that they have the capacity to actually import these V8 engines. These Land Cruisers V8s. They can import them, but they can't import cancer machines. So when you ask them about cancer machines, they'll say, we have sanctions, we can't import them because of sanctions, etc. But They can import my V8 cars, my Land Cruisers. How are you managing to import those cars when you can't import my cancer machines? China manufactures my cancer machines. Russia manufactures my cancer machines. Belarus manufactures my cancer machines. What was the president's priority? He went on to import Mazupco buses at the expense of the taxpayers' money because they wanted to sell or privatize Zupco at a later stage. After equipping it, they privatize it. Instead of taking cancer machines from Belarus, they took Mazupco buses from Belarus. Look at all those things. So you can actually see, let us say, what is the effect of sanctions there then when you have imported buses instead of cancer machines? What is the priority, or what is the priority in between cancer machines and the buses? So you can actually see that we cannot talk of sanctions at this juncture because you imported buses successfully, you imported Land Cruisers successfully. So why is it that you have failed to import cancer machines? It's because cancer machines, they will make the people of Zimbabwe, the general public, enjoy. But all these things which makes the elite enjoy and benefit, they come. But those which makes the people of Zimbabwe to actually benefit and to have a stable and a good governance, they are difficult to import. These are the issues we always talk about. So the question is, when a good friend is a friend in need, not in deed, what is happening between Zimbabwe and China? They always say China is an all-weather friend, is our very good friend, is a very is a friend which we can't despise. But what is China doing in making sure that they alleviate the pain of people living with cancer? They are doing actually nothing. Why is China not helping Zimbabwe to bring cancer machines? Here is the truth. The Chinese government can send cancer machines through its embassy, and nothing and nobody will stop that to happen. Through its embassy, the Chinese government can send cancer machines to Zimbabwe without any problem. If you are friends, why is that not possible? That is the question. And the government of Zimbabwe cannot answer that. It's because they know very well that they don't prioritize health service delivery. They know very well that they don't even care and even think about the Zimbabwean health sector. All they think about is how do we make money, how do we make profits. That is what they are thinking about. So it's not about sanctions, it's about the corruption we have in Zimbabwe. The effects we see in the nation of Zimbabwe are not sanctions effects. These are corruption effects. These are the effects which are making the people of Zimbabwe suffer. I want to give you this example. 3 billion was dispatched to command agriculture. What are the benefits from that command agriculture? Nothing. The people of Zimbabwe are still sleeping with empty stomachs. They benefited nothing. Chief Murinya raised that issue and he was said in Sorowako. He was insulted. That is the culture in ZANU-PF. That is the behavior in ZANU-PF. That is how ZANU-PF operates. They actually insult the people who speak or the people who talk against corruption which is happening in Zimbabwe. If you are to look at the company registration process, there is no interference from America on the issue of company registration. America cannot control how the people of Zimbabwe registers companies. They can't. So there is no American sanction which controls that. But we are failing to actually register companies because it's very, very expensive. But what is the government of Zimbabwe taking from that? Government of Zimbabwe is taking $35. What is the rest? Where is the rest going? It is going in the pockets of a few individuals. Why is it so? These are the issues we've been raising for a very long time, but they continuously tell us, hey, it's about sanctions, hey, it's about this and that. But we say it's corruption, not sanctions. Just to make sure that you put the policies which are going to fund the economy of Zimbabwe, not fund the pockets of a few elites. But they will never listen to you. Look at the gold laws. If you are caught with gold in the nation of Zimbabwe, gold, I go for some years in prison. They don't ask, they don't even care kuti goridhe raunarwarwa nakupi. Hakuna kwabiwa goridhe, but they will jail me. Why are you jailing me for finding me with gold, risiri purified, munda? Why are you jailing me for that? So you can actually see that that is leading, that is actually cultivating the culture of selling gold on the black market. That is cultivating the culture of selling gold to gold smugglers. So if I get gold today, I will not sell it on the official market because I will be arrested. Even if I go to RBZ or to Fidelity and say I want to declare gold, I will be arrested because they will say, where is the license? Gold. So under normal circumstances, there is no person who will pick gold pasi over arasa gold. That will not happen. Somebody would actually go and sell that gold. Where is that person selling? On the black market traders. And what does the government benefit from that? Nothing. So you can actually see that this government, the ZANU-PF MPs, they do have 2/3 majority, and they can actually change that law. I don't think there is a CCMP or MDC MP which will oppose a law which is to actually deal with that aspect of gold selling and gold trading. I don't think that there is a sane person who is going to oppose that, to allow Fidelity printers to buy gold from anybody and everybody. There is no sane person who is going to oppose that. So you can actually see that Zimbabwe is losing 157 million each and every month. Official report from gold smuggling. Just because the laws which are there are not conducive. So you need to improve the laws. There is nothing to do with America on that. There is no interference from America on that. None whatsoever. So let us look at the corruption at the borders. There is massive corruption at the borders, which is promoted by the people in government. Why? These are the people who are running business in Zimbabwe, and they smuggle everything and they sell at cheaper prices. Those are not Americans. These are Zimbabwean people actually doing corruption and promoting corruption for their own benefit so that they can build mansions. The question is, all the people we have in Zimbabwe, why is it that only the politicians and the connected are the only people with flourishing businesses? Why? Have you ever asked it? Are they the only people with capacity to hire professional managers, or are they the only people with capacity to run businesses effectively? No, but it's because of the corruption which is happening and the ignorance which is associated to that corruption which is happening. So you can actually see that the government of Zimbabwe is actually destroying whatever is happening in the economy of Zimbabwe. George Gubamatanga acknowledged it, and he was said, China, why do you threaten people like that? Those are the issues destroying the economy of Zimbabwe. You cannot say it, because if you say it, you will be hanged, you will be killed, you will be threatened. Those are the issues affecting the economy of Zimbabwe. So, guys, I don't want to actually to take this further. But if we are to look at the companies, shelf companies, which were opened across the globe, which are being operated and run by these elites, that is when you begin to actually see what is really happening to the economy of Zimbabwe. Okay, Chuma Tembiso, can you share a link to register online? The links which are there for Team Pach were originated by Team Pachedu. that is for actually do voter registration issues. That is to do issues voter of defending the vote. So I can share that link. I can share that link at a later stage. Please, if you can take the number which is appearing on the screen and come to my WhatsApp, I will be able to share with you that link. As for those who are looking for the issues of voter registration, there is no voter registration which is being done in the nation of Zimbabwe online. That facility is not available. So the online facilities which are there, those are CCC issues to be registered as a CCC member, or to be registered as a volunteer, or as an election agent. Yes, those are the issues, links you can use to actually register. They are there. Use the number appearing on the screen to talk to me, and I'll give you that link. So I believe that I've tried to exhaust or to briefly give you my views on the issue of the effects of sanctions on the economy of Zimbabwe. And my conclusion is that, according to my belief and what I've seen and what I've realized, you can actually see that the effects of sanctions on the economy of Zimbabwe, they are insignificant to the suffering of the masses in the nation of Zimbabwe because of the reasons I have given you. The effects we see right now on the people of Zimbabwe, they are precipitated by the massive looting and corruption which is happening. If the ZANU-PF government corrects that, you are going to see a change happening. You are going to see a difference in terms of how the economy is going to perform. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. I will continue to bring these issues, and in the future episodes, I will bring more online evidence. I will be able to present some evidences. We have a lot of evidence to present. I hope my system will be ready by the beginning of September. My system will be ready so that we'll be able to show you right on the screen those issues, and we'll be able to have more robust discussions on those issues. Thank you very much for coming. Signing out, my name is Ronald Wekwamakusha. Let us meet in other episodes, in other discussions.